Hey guys, today we are going to be reviewing scatter plots and data. So let's talk about scatter plots and associations first. Remember we talked about linear, nonlinear, positive, negative, and some relationships that we could see during the graph. So let's look at that with these first two here. This one, I would definitely say that it's non-linear. It more looks curved. So it's non-linear. And we are going down, so that would have a negative association. And let's write a verbal description to explain what's happening in this graph. So we're talking about Halloween candy. And as the hours since 4 p.m. increases, it looks like the pieces of candy decreases. So our description would be, as the hours increase, the pieces of candy taken decreases. Okay, let's look at the next one. This one looks linear. This is more in the shape of a line. And it is going up this time, so we would say that this has a positive association. And now we want to write a verbal description for what we see happening in the graph. So it looks like as the age, we're talking about Easter egg hunt, and as the age in years increases, the Easter eggs collected increases as well. So at the Easter egg hunt, the older you are, the more eggs you collect. Okay, now let's talk about making predictions with scatter plots. So if they ask you to make a prediction with a scatter plot, you want to make sure that you draw a trend line so you can use the trend in the graph to make a prediction. So let's look at this one. It says the graph shows the relationship between the weight in pounds and the number of people at several Thanksgiving dinners. Based on the scatter plot, make a prediction of the pounds of turkey eaten when there are 10 people at the meal. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a trend line through my graph. Remember, I want about as many points above the line as below, and it should be going the same direction as my data. And then they're asking me to make a prediction of the pounds of turkey eaten. So I'm going to make a prediction of a Y value when there are 10 people at the meal. So when the X value is 10. Mine is right below 16, between 16 and 12, so I would say about 15 pounds. Okay, let's look at this next one. It says the graph shows the relationship between the number of poinsettias left for sale at several gardens on several days during the month of December. If a nursery has 15 plants left for sale, about what day in December is it? So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a trend line so I can make a prediction with this data. And it says if a nursery has 15 plants left. So that would be right here on the y-axis, about what day is it in December. So then I'm going to look at the days on the x-axis for December. And it is right below 27 for me, so I would say about December 26th. Okay, the last thing we looked at with our data and statistics unit was mean absolute deviation. So remember, to find the mean absolute deviation, the first thing you do is find the mean of the data. Then you find the distances of the mean and the data points. It's best to make a table for that. And then you find the mean of those distances. So it says the table shows the number of fireworks 5 people purchased for their 4th of July fireworks show. What is the mean absolute deviation of the data set? So here is the number of fireworks they purchased. The first thing I'm going to do is find the mean. So I'm going to do 80 plus 15 plus 100 plus 85 plus 50. And I'm going to divide that by, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. So 330 divided by 5. My mean is 66. Now I need to find the distance that each of these numbers is from 66, and I'm just going to use the positive value. I'm going to use the absolute value because I just want to know the distance this number is from the mean. And I'm just going to use this table I already have to help me organize. So my mean is 66. I'm just subtracting each of these numbers from 66 and writing the absolute value. And I get 14. 66 minus 15 is 51. 100 minus 66 is 34. 85 minus 66 is 19. And 50 minus 66 is 16. And now I'm going to find the mean of these distances. So the first thing I need to do is add them together. 14 plus 51 plus 34 plus 19 plus 16. I get 134, and then I need to divide it by 5 to finish finding the mean of these distances, and I get 26.8.